judge. Have you ever feel intimidated because one of your classmates is actually a lot smarter than you, and you feel lazy to actually be better because you know that the chance of you to be better than that student is lower? And in the status quo right now, the class actually arranged a student by their age, not by their academic performance. And we believe that it is not enough. Why do we believe it is not enough? Is because if there's a student that's not as smart as another student, it is harder for them to have a chance to shine and to feel appreciated, because a lot of students are smarter than them. And before I move on to my entire speech, I would like to bring 2 points of definition. The first one is arranged student. What we mean by arranged student is actually putting a student in one class based on their academic performance, even if they have a different age. And for the intelligence and academic performances itself, we mean that a student, when they already fulfill the requirements or that they need in order to get in a class. Now, my mechanism is actually, there's going to be a target of matter where the student needs to achieve. If they already achieve this target and they already fulfill their requirements score, then they already finish their learning and consider to graduate in order to get to college. And however, every 1 year, the school going to make a test to see a performance of a student. If in the first year, the student needs to learn the subject, and in the second year, they still fail in that test, then they need to actually repeat the matter, because we believe a better intelligence is not based on how long you study, but actually based on how much knowledge you can understand. Now, I wanted to limit this motion, this debate in Indonesia. Why in Indonesia? Because I believe that the education is still not enough in Indonesia. People actually tend to underestimate the knowledge in the country. They think that if you already have a really long experience on studying, you already considered to be a smart people, but actually it is not true. When you already study for so long, but you never actually repeat the basic matter, then you will actually forget the previous basic subject. So it is not based on how long you study, but based on how much knowledge you can actually understand. And my goals here is that I wanted to develop an effectiveness from studying in a school. I have 2 points of argument and a few stakeholder analysis at the end of my speech. My argument is that to increase the competition in a class, and my second argument is actually to protect the moral and bring back the spirit of learning from the student. For my first argument is to increase the competition in a class. When student actually placed in a class with the same student with the same skill set, then they will feel triggered to be better, because it's already in the human nature that we never feel satisfied and we always want it to be the best. This way, they will feel that they need to compete harder in order to be the best student. Now, we actually wanted to take advantages of this characteristic to create a better student and to achieve a better educational quality. If we already succeed to achieve a better educational study, then the student can actually have a better understanding of this matter. When they already understand the matter better, they're not just going to implement the knowledge in a school or in a class, but they can also implement the knowledge in their daily life. That's why we believe we already succeed to increase the effectiveness from studying in a class by putting the student in one class based on their academic performance, because it can actually increase the competition in a class and it can create a better educational quality. Now, for my second argument is to protect the moral of a student. When they're not arranged in an academic and intelligence performance, many students will feel outshined. Many students will feel unappreciated by the teacher, because in the status quo right now, teachers tend to pay attention a lot more towards a student that is a lot smarter. But in a matter of fact, the teacher actually needs to concentrate to focus on a student that doesn't understand a matter, so they can actually teach the student a lot better. But a less smarter student will feel unappreciated because the teacher itself are paying a lot more attention towards the smarter student. But by putting them in one class with the same skill and academic performance, teacher is also going to be a lot more focused to all of the students because they have the same skill and academic performance. I know that the negative team will say that the motion is morally wrong because it creates discrimination between classes, because there's one classes with the smarter student and there's another classes with the less smarter student. Actually, I believe both team is actually morally wrong, but at least our team, we try to fix the problem by creating a class where they will feel appreciated and get the attention they need from the teacher. And we also try to increase the spirit to learn by putting them in a class with the same skill, so they will have a better chance to shine and to understand the knowledge a lot better. Now, because of that, we believe that the government already succeeds to increase the effectiveness from learning, and it can protect the moral and increase the spirit of learning that we already state in our goals. Now, my stakeholder analysis is toward the student, the teacher, and the government. For the student, they can get a better educational quality and they will feel a lot freely to learn in a class because there's no one that can outshine them in a class. For the teacher itself, the teacher is going to be a lot easier to teach a student because in a class they already have a standard. They can focus to all of the students, so there's no student get left behind in the learning process. And for the government itself, the government will be trusted by the society. The government will be trusted by the society because the society believes that the government already succeeded to increase the effectiveness from learning and already succeed to creating a better educational quality and can create a better student for our nation. So because of that, I believe we already fulfill our goal, which is to create an effectiveness from studying and create a better educational study. Because of that, I close my case. Thank you.